Hi. I'm in a different place today because I couldn't be bothered to move into the spare room. So I hope the lighting is okay and everything. I've just turned the camera on and I don't really know what I'm talking about per se. I just know, I don't know, been having a lot of gender feels lately, not good ones. Not feeling so hot lately, feeling a bit poo-ey. Not literally, well, yes, literally, but no, that's not the point. um, I don't know. I had a period of time where I just couldn't deal with my kind of chest area. It was just really kind of getting me down, and I just was walking around like this most of the time. I was doing that thing, this thing, which reminded me of the Chase Ross video, which was funny, but also horrible, because I just felt like I just needed to be like this all the time, because I just hated this feeling. I've worn a binder a couple of times, which I think helped out, but obviously I was nervous to, if someone noticed, I was nervous to explain that because I didn't really know. I don't know, I feel like this for a lot of different things. I feel like if I figured it out and I know like what my gender is and stuff and how I feel comfortable expressing that, then I can just tell people. I can just say, if they ask, I can say, well, this is how I feel comfortable because of this, this, and this. But I'm feeling like it's hard to say I don't feel comfortable with myself, and this is just an experiment to see if this helps. And I know that that's completely valid, and like completely valid, and there's no reason why that wouldn't be. But for me, I don't know, it's always harder to apply it to yourself, I think. So I've been finding it really hard to do that. But I have worn the binder a couple of times, and I do feel comfortable in that when it's kind of a loose top. I've got a couple of tops which I think I prefer that aesthetic with certain tops kind of thing. And I've been wearing like my tighter sports bras quite a bit, which I prefer. But yeah, I'm just nervous that if I'm wearing a binder and stuff, then people are going to ask. It's not necessarily that I mind having the conversation, but it's just certain people accept that more than others, and I'm lucky to have a couple of people in my life that are cool with that, and they will say to me all of that, good stuff about if it makes you comfortable in the moment, then you just have to do it, and it doesn't matter if a couple of months down the line you figure out that it wasn't like it wasn't right, and it was something else that was making you uncomfortable or whatever. So I'm lucky to have those kind of people in my life, but there are people who don't understand so much, and who I try to explain things to, and it's sometimes met with, not nice comments. And that's happened lately. Some really quite a not nice experience with a close family member. And we've got past it now, but it's still quite prominent to me, I think. So I'm just nervous that those kind of people are going to ask, or someone's going to ask, and I'm not going to, I'm not going to have a straight answer for them, kind of thing. Straight. Which is tough. I don't like that grey area. I like to know, kind of thing. So I feel like if I know it'd still be hard if I did know if it made me comfortable, but if it did, then I could say, well, it makes me comfortable, so you're going to kind of, you know, in a nice way than that, but you're going to have to get used to it kind of thing. But I don't know what makes me comfortable, and I just want to experiment, and I feel restricted to experiment. I still live at home kind of thing. I don't live on my own. So yeah, it's feeling a little bit kind of restricted to try things out and, you know, try things on, and different labels as well, like pronouns and stuff, have been feeling a little bit confused with, and it would be nice to be in a space where I could just experiment that fully and not feel worried that people are going to ask, or not necessarily ask. It's not asking. I don't mind people asking because I like to talk about it. Like obviously I like to talk it through, but it's the, you know, those comments where it's like they're asking a question but they've decided the answer for you. So like an external example is when I started like feeling out being vegan and stuff, which I basically am now, but I did it very slowly. And I was around a friend's house and their mum said to me, "You're not vegan though, are you?" And I kind of was like, "Oh, well, kind of, yeah. Like, I'm going that way. Like, there's still a couple of things I do eat, but yeah, I'm pretty much." But it was the, "You're not something, are you?" Or "You're not doing this, are you?" Or like it's a question, but it's like that person has decided that that's a negative thing, which is very, it felt with the vegan thing, and I've had that with a couple of, you know, gendery things like, "You're not wearing a men's top, are you?" "Yeah, I am. Sorry." I don't need to say sorry because it's fine. But, you know, things like that. And a trigger warning for kind of self-harmy type things. I mentioned about the negative comment, and that was a negative, like really negative experience and stuff with a family member, and that was to do with me not shaving my legs. And I hadn't shaved my legs for quite a while because I struggle with self-harm, and having the razor was too much for me to deal with, so I didn't shave my legs for quite a while. But then in not shaving them for a while, obviously got a kind of hearty layer of nice leg hair, and I kind of thought, like, yeah, I had this kind of realization that, oh, actually I'm kind of comfy like this and I kind of like it. And I kind of, a couple of situations came up and the person was asking if I wanted to have the razor back to shave my legs for said things, and I said no, I couldn't deal with it yet, I couldn't deal with it yet. And I was really thinking, actually I just don't want to shave my legs. Like, even if I think that I can deal with having the razor around for, you know, self-harm reasons, I don't know that I actually want to shave them, because I actually kind of figure I don't really like the feeling of it. Like, again, I don't mind if I'm wearing something where my legs are out, but I don't like the feeling of like jeans against shaved legs. It feels like sticky, and I feel too close to the material. I'm not really sure. The material, maybe, I don't really know, it's very strange. It's not strange at all, but I just don't really, I feel a bit too slippery. I feel a bit like one of those, you know, what are they called? You know those things that they like go like this, kind of, I don't know what they're called. You know, you can you like put your hand sometimes in them and then they like slip. I don't really know what they're called, but yeah, they're like a double tube kind of thing. So whatever they're called, I kind of feel like that, like a bit too slippery and like full. I don't know, I don't really like it. Um, but you know, I'm not completely set on that. It's just something I'm experimenting with, and right now I feel kind of comfy like that within myself. So yeah, I kind of figured out. Well, I don't know. I haven't fully figured out. Like, I don't know. I still. It's hard because I feel comfortable in certain clothes, and then certain things, probably because of like a social thing. Like, I don't know. I used to wear a lot of skirts when I was really quite heavily kind of, you know, fronting, if you will. And I still like some of them. They're still nice, but I don't feel then that I could have unshaved legs wearing a skirt. And I know that I could because if I feel comfortable at that, then really what's stopping me? But I guess because there's a bigger social barrier then. Like if I'm presenting really androgynous, then it's okay. But if I'm have kind of a feminine presentation on that day, then it's not okay. Which isn't true, but this is my internal dialogue kind of thing. And I'm having a bit of an issue with this at the moment because I'm meant to be going to a spa, which I'm obviously looking forward to, and it will be a lovely day. But what is dampening the experience for me already is that I don't know what to do and I don't know what to wear. My only swimwears that I have are bikinis, and I don't want to wear that at all. I haven't worn one in a while, like out to swim in. I and I don't want to. I know that it makes me feel uncomfortable, and I know that it makes me, feeds into that character front that I put on, which feeds into my disassociation, which I struggle with a lot. But I don't know. I don't want to wear a bikini, and I also, if I do wear a bikini, I feel like then I can't have my legs the way they leggy way they are already, like natural, if you will. Because just because I don't know, social convention. If I'm wearing a bikini, I'm saying to the world, I am feminine. I'm a girl. And girls don't have unshaven legs because it's a social faux pas. And I'm just over it, and I don't know what to do, and it's making me feel so crap. And but I don't have anything else I can wear. I don't know what else I want to wear, like shorts maybe. I don't know. I kind of want like a more sports type bikini top. I don't have that. Maybe I'd be more comfortable in some sort of swimming short trunk type thing. I don't know. Again, this coming up is this week. I don't have time to kind of try that on really. I don't have time to go shopping, and even then I don't know if I'd be comfortable in that. Like the person I'm going with is super super lovely and understanding, and I know that she'd probably be totally chill if I explained. But it's knowing what to explain. Like I know it's totally fine to say I'm not sure, but when you're just not in the mood to have the conversation, like I'm just not in the mood to explain everything and explain that I don't really know, what I don't know what my gender is. I don't know how I like to express myself. I'm figuring it out. Like this is, a fairly recent thing, which is not, but outwardly it is because I used to present super, super feminine, but I was never comfortable, and that was a total front, and it was disassociating, and it was all just horrible. But no one sees that really. They just see, oh, Amber was all happy and jolly and fun and wore pretty dresses, but they don't know all the everything else going on back here, like when that was happening. And so then then I get the question of, well, you used to wear this and this. Then I'm not just explaining that I'm confused about my gender, but then I'm obviously then explaining the whole backstory of actually, when I was doing that, it was a whole big thing. I actually was it's a big story. It's a big thing to go into, that I actually just kind of created this character for myself, and a lot of questions come up with that because that doesn't really make sense to a lot of people, and I don't really want to go into it now. Like I just don't want to, like, I do want to talk about it, but it's a stressful thing, and it needs to be in a environment, and need to figure out how I want to talk about that. So then it ends up being this conversation that's not just about how I want to express myself and how I feel. It's then a conversation about how I used to present and why that wasn't authentic, and how that feeds into my disassociation, and then it's a conversation about that, which is hard to understand, and something that's a stressful thing to talk about. Again, I don't mind talking about it, but it's a big topic, and like, do I want to be doing this when I'm on a spa day, or going on a spa day, and I'm not going to see this person before, so then it would be a phone conversation. I don't deal well with phone conversations, so I'm stressed about that. I don't know what to wear, and I don't know what to do about my leggies. I just have this feeling that I'm just going to kind of succumb to social pressures and, pressures from other people, and just shave my legs. I don't want to, because I feel this almost like, I don't know, maybe pride, that like I've got a nice fluffy nice leggy hair growth that's good and fluffy and nice, and it feels almost like a waste. Not a waste, I don't know, I can't explain it. Like, it feels like, but all this hard work to get it to this point, like all that, backlash of people and going, no, it's how I feel comfortable, to then just get rid of it, and then for the rest of the summer, then am I going to have to keep shaving them because I've shaved them once? And also, like, that stage in between, I'm not a fan of that. Like, they can be shaved or they can be not shaved, but like, when they're not shaved, they have to have been not shaved for a while, so it's like, it's clear to everyone else that, that's how I have my legs, and I don't give a shit, which I shouldn't take that into a factor, but I do, because I'm human, and I care too much about what people think. But also that, like, it's not a nice, like, that, like, a few days after they've been shaved, that's not a nice, like, look, I don't think, for me. I'd rather them be, like they are now, that it's just proper, proper hair, or shaved, I guess. But so then I'm like, oh. But then I also kind of want to try it out, because I just want to, see, maybe I do feel comfortable like that in kind of shorts and certain garments of clothing. Maybe I would just feel comfortable, but I'm having this kind of, I can't have half of it, like I can't wear a bikini and have shaved legs, because that's a no. So that's getting me down quite a lot. Just that, and the lack of acceptance around that from certain people close to me, even though they are trying now, but it was, beforehand, it wasn't so much, there wasn't a lot of support beforehand, and I know that there is maybe a slight, there's not as many comments now because we did have a chat about it, but it still worries me that in other areas of experimenting, that these kind of comments could come back up again, and it's not good for my mental health to be hearing these kind of things, these kind of hurtful comments from people close to me, and it's making me reluctant to try other things, like pronouns. Like, I don't know what to do about them. Like, I don't know, I kind of just want like a group of people that are close to me that just throw about different things, and throw about different pronouns, and I just see if there's any that feel comfy, or throw about different ways of describing myself. This video is just all over the place, and I knew there was going to be like that, because the only thing I had to talk about was the fact that I just feel crap, and that's not a very enjoyable video, but I guess I just wanted to make it, because I'm saying this like it's finished. It probably hasn't. I probably rambled for like half an hour more, or whatever. I guess I wanted to make it to, talk about how I was feeling. It just annoys me that people say these things about, you know, gender non-conforming people, or trans people or non-binary people, that they're saying, oh, it's, you know, this trend kind of thing, and oh, people are just doing it because that's what everyone else is doing. And it really pisses me off because, you know, you have moments, or like, I don't know, I have moments, and I figure that people too just feel just awful, like just so crap. Like sometimes I just do not, at the moment, I'm just not wanting to leave the house because I hate summer. And I've managed in the last in the last kind of week or so to try and combat this a bit, but in the summer I just don't want to leave the house because there's no clothing. I don't feel comfortable in summer clothes. Like I don't feel comfortable in them. I don't like it, because a lot of my summer wardrobe is, you know, dresses and skirts, and I'm not comfortable in that, in this moment. And that's then stressful. And I have very, very recently got some, you know, like shorts and t-shirts that I kind of feel more comfortable in, but, you know, then it's this leg hair on show, which, you know, apparently disconcerts people. And so that's then a stressor. But there are just times where I just don't, like with my chest as well. Obviously, big baggy winter clothes just kind of hide that. I don't really need to do anything about it, and I feel okay. And then summer clothes are tighter, and I don't like their shape, and I don't know where I sit. And then there's sometimes where I don't mind a tight top, and it's so confusing, and it feels so horrible, and it makes me not want to leave the house sometimes. Like I just don't want to go out, and I haven't in the past. I haven't gone out. I've just not gone out somewhere. You know, I say it's for other reasons, but I know that 80% of the reason is because I don't feel comfortable in what I'm wearing, and that's something that I can't deal with. I can't deal with not feeling comfortable in my clothing. I know it sounds silly for some people, but it's something that really, really gets to me. And I know, and again, for some people that's not a gender thing, but for me it is. My clothing, for me, feels very, very much gender related. So it's something that I struggle with. It's something I don't want to leave the house, and then, you know, I'm so upset about the way my chest is looking, and then I don't want to take my clothes off with my partner and stuff, and that's not a nice place to be in. And, you know, then, I don't know, when I'm with other people, it feels heavier because I know that they're looking at me, and I know that sometimes they're not, but in my head other people are looking at me, and everything that I don't like is magnified. So that's hard. Even doesn't matter who I'm with, like even if I know that person isn't looking at all, like they don't care, but it's still, for me, it feels magnified. So then my attention is on whatever place of my body is more. So then I'm not wanting to be around people. You know, I don't know whether I'm wanting to wear a sports bra at night because I'm not liking that, but then that feels like it's magnifying the issue. And there's other things surrounding my chest as well that are a different reason that, you know, that is why I don't feel comfortable as well. But I don't need to go into that right now. But, you know, it's all these negative feelings and all of these feeling so low. I get low moods a lot, and they're very, 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 very intense sometimes. And, you know, not knowing my gender, not knowing what I'm comfortable, how I'm comfortable expressing, really gets me down. And trigger warning again, sorry. I get intrusive thoughts about my chest, about harming in that area, and that's intense, and it's horrible, and I hate it, and I just don't understand why anyone would think that people are doing that to be on trend or to stir up some sort of conversation. I just don't understand that, and it feels really invalidating. I'm in a low place, and then I finally, you know, find something that actually kind of makes me feel okay, actually makes me feel comfortable, and then I go out, and then you see on the internet things, you know, about these kind of things being a trend, and it makes me feel so invalidated, because I think this is such a big thing that I've managed to go out in something I feel comfortable in, and people are just saying it doesn't matter, or it's not valid, it's not real, it's not, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And these people, for the most part, it's not being said to me personally, but still that's out there, that me knowing that people might be thinking that about me is really, it's really just disconcerting. And I just, that I feel crap because I'm not even angry about it. I just feel shit about it. I don't have the energy for it at the moment. I don't have the energy to be angry, which is really, really unlike me. Normally one thing happens and I'm angry about it, but I just feel like crap about it. I just want to figure it out, but moreover, I want to feel in a place where I can figure it out, and I don't feel that at the moment. I'm lucky that it's not a question of safety. It's not that I don't feel physically safe in the environment that I'm in, of course. And I know that is the case with some people, so I am grateful that that is not the case here. But I don't feel supported. It's not a supportive environment for the most part. There are a few people in my life, and I'm very grateful for them, that are very, very supportive and are very happy for experiment and just want me to be comfortable, and I love them so much. But there are people that are not quite so amazing in this kind of area, and I know these people are trying, these other people, but it's just stressful, and it's hard to have conversations with people when they're not willing to understand, or maybe they are willing to understand, but it's not coming through that way, and they're getting upset, and I'm already upset, and I just feel like crap because I don't know. I'm so confused about so many things. It's just those typical things, it's clothing. I don't feel comfortable in clothing, and then I find something, and I worry about it saying, oh, I definitely feel comfortable at this, because then what if I just change my mind, and that should just be okay, but it's not. And pronouns and names, and for me, because I suffer with dissociation and I have alternative personality states, it's very, very hard for me. I don't know. It's always the question of, well, is this actually me that's feeling this, or is it that I'm disassociating and someone else is closer? It's a very tricky situation. Not saying that it's harder than anyone else's journey, of course not. It's something that's a little bit different to be questioning, and with the diagnoses, whatever the plural of diagnosis is, because I have many diagnoses, I'm not sure, whatever they are, like I have been diagnosed with EUPD as well, which is also known as BPD, depending on what diagnostic manual you use, and that characterises itself in a weak sense of self. So I worry that if I talk, obviously I have a therapist, I worry that if I talk to her about it, it's going to be just put down to either that or my alternative personalities being closer or further away, and that's why, because I feel like my gender and expression is a bit fluid, because gender is fluid, so that's probably why. But it's very plausible that my mental illnesses are playing into these feelings. But even if so, I should be able to feel like I can talk about it. I am very willing to exploring that all these feelings and this blahness is, tied into my different mental illnesses. Of course, I'm okay and happy definitely to explore that, because that could be it. But I also need to explore the option that it is just me, and it's me finding my most authentic me that I've never had, around before, and dealing with that might just, be something else kind of thing than what I was assigned at birth. And that doesn't feel like an option that I can explore at the moment. But I know it is, and it's something that I just have to push on and try and explore safely and everything. I just feel really like in a rut, and I don't really know how to fix it. I just want everyone to be as supportive as the few people that are, and they're not, and it sucks. But I feel crap, so I'm going to go and do some self-care and take care of myself, and probably watching YouTube because that always makes me feel better. Yeah, and just try and talk to the people that are supportive. But yeah, if anyone did watch this, then make sure that you take care of yourselves as well. Go do all your self-care and give yourselves a cuddle, because I'm going to give myself one. I wish I had someone to give me a cuddle, but I will give myself one, and you will give yourself one too if you like to. I don't want to tell you what to do, but you should. And I will see you. Well, I don't know. I'll see my camera. You can, be there if you like to. I don't mind. I do not have a hat because I just filmed. I do not have a curtain because I'm in a different room. Whip off my t-shirt. No, I won't do that. I won't subject you to that. I'm sad. Goodbye. But I will take care of myself, and I'm going to... No, let's make a plan. I'm going to watch some YouTube. Going to maybe have a shower because I haven't showered, and I should do that because self-care. And I'm going to talk. I'm gonna ask, because the main issue about the weekend is the swimming, so I'm gonna ask about whether we're going swimming. And in regards to everything else, I'm just going to make sure I feel the most comfortable I can be in every moment, and try and explain to people that it's okay to be experimenting. That's what I'm gonna do. It's okay to be experimenting. Goodbye.